Gifted people, welcome back to my channel. You've clicked this video because you want to know how to be a nail tech within the UK and not America. So I'm just going to be going through two things to be a qualified nail technician. Number one is qualifications and the different types, and number two is insurance. So let's start with the qualifications. There's three ways of being qualified. You can go to college and do a beauty course, you could do a VCTC course, or you can do a 1 day or 2 day course. Now, with the beauty courses, you're going to be learning other beauty therapies. If you do not want to do that and you literally just want to do nails, then you will need to do a VCTC course. VCTC courses range from like 800 plus, so I've seen. I don't know if there's some lower. What is the difference? So with beauty courses and VTCT courses, you will learn the nail anatomy, you will learn probably acrylics, hard gel, gel polish. I'm not quite sure about biab. Some may not. So if you want to do biab, make sure if you want to go that route that they have it, and e-filing. So those two are similar. However, with 1 day and 2 day courses, yes, they are cheaper. They can range again from 100 to 200. But you've got to remember, because that's the way that I went. So when I first qualified, I qualified in acrylics with manicure. So I made sure manicure was in there. So I learned how to do a manicure. So I think my acrylics course was a 3 day course. So we learned how to do a manicure, and then we went on to doing acrylics. So if I then wanted to do biab, I will need to qualify. If I want to do gel polish, I will then need to qualify. If I need to use an e-file, then I will need to qualify. So I have got many certificates in my different nail structures. Whereas with a VCTC course or doing a beauty course, you'll get them in a whole. Now, to the people out there who just say, do you know what, I just want to do acrylics, or I just want to do gel polish, or I just want to do biab, or I just want to do gel extensions. Baby, make sure you have a manicure course and an e-filing course. A manicure course and an e-filing course, and whatever you want to do. So you'll do the manicure course first, or find there's some 1 day courses that has it already. So you could look for it, will say like manicure with acrylics, manicure with biab, manicure, and the list goes on. So you can do it like that. So if you have it in the 2-for-1, excellent. So once you have a manicure course, you'll be able to do anything. If you want to then do a pedicure course and do feet and add feet to your appointment, then you just send them your manicure certificate to say I'm qualified, and then you can do it. I cannot stress this enough. If you're going to do the 1 day or 2 day course, do not take it upon yourself to add on services without being qualified. If you qualified in acrylics, you cannot do pedicures without being qualified. So for the people who just want it in that narrow box of doing acrylics, or you just want to do gel extensions, make sure you do an e-filing course. You cannot use an e-file without being qualified. I cannot stress that enough. You cannot use an e-file without being qualified. Using an e-file will save you. You won't get tendinitis. There's so many things that you can get, or back problems, the constant filing. Yes, you might file like a little bit here and there, but if you're doing acrylics, or you're doing biab, or you're doing gel-X, you will debulk, and debulking is so long if you're filing. So when you see other people using an e-file and they're not qualified, even a lot of people that are in these nail shops out there, they are not qualified. They should not be using an e-file on you. And I'm not talking about the pretty shops. I'm talking about, you know the shops I'm talking about. So again, let's be more serious now. So if you want to be international, say for example, you're here but you're looking to move, I'll say do a course with Pearson's, All Pearson courses are international. I think they're recognized in 54 countries. So if you type in Pearson's nail qualification, it will come up. The courses, I've done courses with the Guild and I've done courses with ABT. I'll just break those down for you. So again, this is still 1 day and 2 day courses. So the Guild is their own system. They have their own courses, and you will do a multiple choice online, and then you will go to your educator, whether they're based at home or if they're based in a college or a centre, and that's where you will go. And then ABT courses, which I have also done, your tutor will send you probably a manual or a book depending on how they are, and then they will go through the whole manual with you, breaking down the anatomy, breaking down whatever you may be doing, whether you're doing lashes, sugaring, whatever, or even nails. They're gonna break it down. So I would say look for courses which is the Guild or ABT. I don't want to be biased, because I did find a really good educator through the Guild, but previously when I was using the Guild, and let me just be real with you, I've done 3 courses in London. One of them was a manicure, one of them was a pedicure, and one of them was a gel polish. I done all 3 of them all over again. I literally wasted money because I didn't feel like I was learning. It was in a massive group, and it just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. So I did 3 courses and I done them all over again once I found a good educator. How do you find a course? I would say you need to ring and ask some questions. Do not do online. I do not believe in doing online courses. I really don't, because when you're sitting, I prefer one-to-one. So if you can afford the money to do a one-to-one course, I can't stress it. I love it. I've done both and I prefer one-to-one because you're just there with the educator. You can ask questions, scenarios, any little thing, whether you're self-taught, whether you've never done nails before. And majority of the educators who do one-to-one, their doors are open. Like, I've been qualified in doing nails for 3 years now. The door is open. I've been qualified in 2 years in doing sugaring with another educator. The door is open. And what do I mean by the door is open? If something happens that I've never seen before, I can go to my educator and ask them, like, send them a text message, send them an email. And I feel like you need to have that open door because things happen. It's the same way like when you're driving a car. Once you pass your test and you're driving in the dark and you're driving and all these things happen that has never happened before. So I would say once you find a good educator, try and stick with them. If you do not like your educator, find a different one. Do not be bounded by. The next thing that I want to talk about is insurance. So if you do insurance with the guilds, most of them give you 50% off, or you have a student insurance whilst you're training. So for example, another important thing is if you want to train on your friends and family, get insurance. There's student insurance out there. Get insurance, because you just never know, especially if your friend or family member sends somebody else to you and something happens, you've got student insurance. I must stress, get insurance. Don't listen to people when they say don't get insurance. Get insurance. It's better to be protected than not protected at all. So I'm with Salon Gold. They're the most reasonable insurance. And with Salon Gold, whenever you qualify in something else, you just call them and they would, if it's nail related, it's fine. But for example, when I qualified, I was just doing nails and then I did lash lifts. Now I do sugaring. So my insurance is now beauty insurance rather than a nail tech insurance. But you'll just call them and just say, by the way, I've just passed in such and such. So they have it on their system. So Salon Gold is good. ABT, I've never took out insurance with them, but I can't remember what the insurance I had with when I was doing the guild courses, but I would say when it's 50% and it's really cheap, get it. But once you qualify, the price goes up, and Salon Gold is good. So again, remember to research the company, call, ask what they do, if there's help at the end when you finish your course, what is included as well. That is another thing. All my courses that I've done come with a kit. I pay to have kits. There's so many nail stuff out there, you can pick and choose, but please, when you start in the beginning, things are so expensive. Don't buy like, oh, let me get this, let me get that. If you're trying it for yourself, but you got to remember there's so many allergies out there. I would just say start with whatever your course student gives you. If you feel like it's not working for you, then look at other options. Again, I want to stress, if you are getting paying clients and you're purchasing your stuff from Amazon, be careful. Many people are not registered. You think you're buying from a company and you're not. I would say, especially in gel polishes, I know that the gel in the bottle is expensive. I know that. And then you think, oh, let me go to get the Beetles from Amazon. But you have to be careful of allergies. So if you cannot afford, I would say this, only buy from companies that ask for your qualification. If they're not asking you for your qualification, just be wary. Just be wary. I think I've said enough. And again, so it's simpling it down, breaking it down, get your qualification. If you're going the longer route, that will be going to college or doing a VCTC where you save money in the long run. So you're learning everything. But again, if you're doing a VCTC course and you want to do BIAB, make sure it states that. And if you just want to build your way up slowly because you've only got a little bit of money, then make sure you do a manicure course with whatever course that you want to do, and the e-filing course, and insurance. England is not regulated as yet, so we can count ourselves lucky in some way, but negative in another way, because you don't know who's qualified from who's not, what company's legit from who's not. But I would say those are the two things that you need to be qualified: having a qualification and insurance, and you can literally start working. If you have any questions down below, do let me know, and let me know what you want my next video to be. And if you're already a nail tech already and you want to find out how much to charge, I've got a chart that you can buy for £10. It's cute and cheap, and it's very self-explanatory. I'll link it down below as well. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and have a beautiful day.